Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. This just in, our 7-time Mr. Olympia champ Phil Heath will be officially in the booth at the Mr. Olympia competition this year. That's right, as an analyst. He will be analyzing and breaking down the Olympia on the official live pay-per-view webcast, and I think that is great news. I'm really happy that him and Dan Solomon and Jake Wood came to an agreement, and they got Phil in there. I think his opinions are well respected. He is a 7-time champ, so he's been up there. He can tell us what it's like, you know. He can give us all the analysis of what these guys are going through. I think he's an honest guy. He's not going to just sugarcoat everything out there, but I think he's respectful of the athletes as well. Good choice. Jake Wood, good choice. Dan Solomon of getting Phil Heath and facilitating that. You know, a lot of people have been wondering, are we going to see the same old webcast that we always do every year? And Sean Ray has kind of been the guy that's been in there the last couple of years, and there was some controversy obviously about him, and a lot of people were saying that he shouldn't be in there, and they've had other people, you know, in there, and we still might see Sean in there. I don't know. They only announced Phil in that booth. I think that he's a good guy to have in there, especially for the open men. I don't know what he really knows about, you know, some of these other, you know, categories, but for the open men, probably classic physique, 212. Phil is absolutely a bodybuilding aficionado in the sense that he follows the sport, he knows the players, he understands what's going on, and he can analyze the physique. So I think the Olympia made a good choice in Phil. The question is, who will they pair with him in that booth? That's going to be the key. Someone who could bring out, you know, Phil's, you know, personality, someone who can ask Phil the right questions, someone who has a deep knowledge of the sport is going to be important to be in there with him. And look, you know what? Most of us, the truth of the matter is really that the most of us are going to watch the Olympia via live stream, not via in person, because a lot of people just can't get out there. You know, it's expensive for some people. These are tough times, economy's down, but most people will pay for the webcast, and this goes for all around the world. So having, you know, a good solid team in that booth that's going to be able to analyze and break down what's going on and explain, you know, the background on these competitors who have, you know, not just what they see up on stage, but where these people have come from. That's important as well. It's going to make the experience that much better. Okay, and if like I said, if 98% of the people who watch the Mr. Olympia are watching it from pay-per-view, then that team is going to be almost more important than the MC on stage at the Olympia, because that show is going to be what most people watch. And it's like the Super Bowl. You know, you want to have a great team of announcers in the booth who cover the Super Bowl, because most people watch it from TV. They're not at the Super Bowl itself watching the Super Bowl live. And that's just a fact. So good choice on Phil Heath. I really think, like I said, that he's a good guy. He's several years now, you know, he's removed from competing. I don't think he has any desire to come back, but you never know. You never know. Maybe he'll break a bombshell on the show and say, hey, you know what, next year I'm coming back. I don't know. You know, you never know. But for now, I think that Phil is still very relevant in our sport, and he knows the players. A lot of them he competed with. You know, some he didn't. Obviously, a lot of guys that he did compete with are retired now, but there are guys up there that he knows, and he's been following, obviously, too. So, good choice, Mr. Olympia, LLC. I look forward to hearing Phil in the booth come Olympia time in December in Las Vegas. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle news update.